Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I am creating something for our home. It's coming into summer here. We have a pool, and a spa and a deck and a barbecue and all those cool things that mosquitoes like. So I'm going to create my own Tiki torches or citronella burning lamps. And I've been watching a few videos and they all say just use a bottle, put some weight in the bottom and a fitting in the top and you're good to go. Well, I really don't want the bottle just looking boring, so I'm going to paint it. How unusual for me. I paint everything. So I am going to be using this porcelain 150 paint. Why? Because A, I don't have any glass paint, and B, oops, I'm not supposed to be advertising any brands. And B, because I have this, and even if you don't bake it, after 72 hours, it should be good for hand washing, which tends to mean that if it gets left out in the rain, it should be okay. So, what colours am I using today? Today I am using pewter. That's going to be our base colour. And then I'm going to have lapis blue and opaline pink flowing down over it. And Glenn suggested that I do a silvery base colour because then it'll look like a jet engine, you know, metal with flame coming out of it. Anyway, that's how his brain is thinking at the moment. We'll let him do that. Now, I'm guessing we're going to need around about the normal amount of paint for a mug. And I have got these set up, I'm doing two, with a shot glass taped to the top so that it's got a bottom to stand on and for the paint to run off. And I've got them sitting on my, well, I've got this one sitting on my Lazy Susan so that I can turn it around and work on it, all the sides, while you guys can also still see it. So let's get started. How much fun can we... This was looking pretty goopy. It's pretty thick still, but I have added some of the porcelain thinner. Oops. It's not auto-focusing, sorry. Now I want to autofocus on that. So it is runnyish. We'll see. We'll see, said the blind man to his deaf daughter. Anyway, so I'm going to use another one of my little shot glass cups, and we're going to put both the pink and the purple have got, pink and the blue, sorry, have got silicone in them, and I'm going to put a couple of layers of that in there. If it comes out, there it comes. I do have another pot of blue for the other glass, it's okay. Actually, I'm going to be an efficient time user and get my second one started. Put the purple in the bottom and then just stand that bottle upside down in there so it can drain while we do this bottle. How's that for an idea? Up here for thinking, down here for dancing. Alright, so then I'm going to pour quite a bit of the pewter in on that one side, although it's rapidly sinking. Why quite a bit of pewter? Because I want that to be my base colour. So I'm just going to pour and turn towards you guys so that you can start to see what's happening. My major target is to cover the label. They get enough advertising in our house anyway. Even when my husband does his home brew, we still use this brand of bottle to put the home brew into, so. All right. Still going. But that's good because this is still needs to flow. In a couple of places. Come on. You know you want to cover the label. You know you do. Just that bit. Go on. Alright, so I need a method of moving paint. Yep, that's got that bit covered. Come on. You can do it. All right, so that is completely covered, the label that is. Now I'm going to move that over onto this tile so that it can continue to drain while we do the other one. Isn't it pretty? Now I learnt from the what's that thing called? The soap dispenser that I did the other day, not to use the flame too quickly. And because if you remember from that video, we lost most of the cells down the side from them being what's that word? Running still. So my target with this lot is to let them run quite a bit till I can sort of see that sorry, trying to talk and work at the same time. I'm being a bit of a man here. Sorry, men. Now some of you just saw how many drops of paint of silicone I just put in there and are going, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, it is. That's okay. You don't use much, and there's none in the pewter, so let's get a good batch of pewter in there. And do it again. So stuck this one onto its little stand a little bit off skew. There we go. See, I've pretty much got that covered already, which is good. It's still quite a patch. Come on, just that little bit more. Right. That one. And that one. Filling in the gaps that show the writing on the wall. Pug. Pugaloticus. What's right about that? I'm not getting. It's a little bit distracted there. That's frustrating. I've got smears around the neck. I can cover up this stuff up here, but the smears around the neck, I kind of have to cover the whole bit. So it's oh, if you guys were watching my video the other day and I thought we had an earthquake, we didn't. It was just a big truck going by at the end of the driveway. Just hadn't realised quite how much this far down the property shook when the trucks went past on the road. We live on a state highway, and I know the house shakes, but my studio is well down the property from the road. Oh, so careful. Well, this one's got a lot more detail. That's what we'll call it, eh? We'll call it detail than the other one. The one thing about this paint is it does dry faster than standard acrylic paint. Especially if you're using it directly out of the bottle. Just one more dribble there. I think we'll be done. Right. That can stop. Stop right there. Bow, bow, bow. Before you go any further and drop it again. Don't. Stop. Don't stop. Never give up. Alright. So, that is cool. Next is our torch. Now, what does the torch do? The torch, I'm going to be working on this one. So let's see. I can just tilt you up a little bit. There we go. The torch warms the paint, oddly enough, pops any air bubbles, and but also that brings the silicone to the surface, creating cells, hopefully. Now, you don't have to get close. There's an air bubble, a silicone bubble that actually came from the glass side, and so as the silicone pushed itself to the surface, you could see all the writing underneath from the label. So that wasn't my idea of awesome. So let me bring you up close and see how much of those cells I can show you. So they're very small, but there's lots and lots and lots of them. I'm trying not to knock the bottles while still showing you a good picture. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it dries, because there is a lot of cell. So I don't know if I can see if I can get this side to show you. Where is it? There's the camera. I'm putting my finger in front of it. Starting to see the cells unshape as such as they start to continue their downward direction. But they're there, they exist. And now, I'm not sure whether this one's done enough draining, but we'll see. Again, we've got lots and lots of little cells. Well, one thing's for sure, you can never ever create pairs of anything with this type of painting. Don't ever expect to have a pair of anything. That's all I can say. Alright, let me just dab there. Yep, I'm happy with that. You can probably see it better from that side direction anyway, and I can't zoom. You can just see my eye. There we go, guys. Right, let's give them some time to dry, and I will come back and show you the dried result. I don't actually have any wicks for these as yet, so we'll have to wait and see what they look like lit till I have a wick. How well can I show you? No, not very well because the lighting is not great, and sticking my finger in front of the... Come on. Nope. So there's the two of them, side by side. And let's see how they dry. I'm still seeing the paint disappearing from dots of label. Oh well, how's it get any better? See you soon. I'm just looking, before I stop actually, at what is underneath these. So, okay, I know you guys can't see what I can see, but I'd like to show you the process and what I get out of this. Down in there is some pretty beautiful, very intricate and subtle. Oh, crikey. Keep dropping this cabochon. Subtle little creations. So I'm just gonna drop my cabochon in, pull it out, holding it with a piece of blue tack stuck to it. And let's just get rid of the blue tack goop. Still a bit goopy, but it gives you a sense of what I saw. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that one dries like. And there is another one down underneath this one. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, this is my version of making skins. A lot of people who do acrylic pouring use their, let this stuff dry and peel it off and stick it onto the back of one of these glass cabochons. And so they stick it on here and then put it in the pendant tray. I've got lots and lots of those that I've never got around to using. So what I've started doing, and it seems to be working really well, especially with this porcelain paint, is dipping the cabochons directly, and within a couple of days they're dry and I can stick them straight into their pendant holders, and you've got a reflection. Oh well, I'll show it to you when it's dry. It's subtle, it's pewter with a tint of blue and a hint of pink, and that's it. And I just might maybe oh yes I will. Going back over the other side to where I dipped, and this time I'm going to do a rectangle. Polishy, polishy, polishy. And I think I'm going to go back in exactly the same place as I was last time. And let me show you why. Very subtle, but you got that silicone swirly sensation in there. And I'm looking forward to showing you that one when it's dry, because that one is looking stunning already. The cool thing about this, and I did this morning, with normal paint you've got about a week or more. With this sort of paint you've got about 2 days to decide if you like it or not. If you don't like it, you just wash it off. Let's see what we can see on the bottle. No, it's not playing the game of being seen, so we'll have to wait till it's dry. But I think it's going to end up looking pretty fantastic, as long as we can't see too much of the lettering. Alright, we're back. It is
the next morning, and these are dry enough to touch. They have not been fired, obviously, and I'm very much liking this subtle look. It's very cool. And Glenn said, I said, oh, put pink and purple or something on the sides. And he's like, yeah, and that'll look like flames. And it really does actually look like flames. Not sure quite how this pink's going to go with the actual flame colour. Just trying to get a better look for you. Maybe if I tilt it this way. So that's looking pretty cool. You've got vision through some points of it, so you can see how much oil you've got in there, how the wick's going, all those sorts of cool things. So let's just take where it's been sitting is still wet. So yeah, that looks pretty darn good to me. I like that one. I'm gonna get rid of the muck on it, but it's still clear in the underside. Yay! Let me just clean my hand off before I touch the next one. I don't want to go putting smudge marks all over that. If I sound a little bit croaky, it's because it's like 5:30 in the morning. I want to get this out for you, and I'm heading over to see my mum. I'm leaving here at 7 in the morning, so I need to get the video done, get it uploaded, edited and uploaded. Let's take that off there before we even start. Alright. Now this one's the one that we left longer before we torched it, and you can actually see a lot more definition in the cells. Tiny little bit of lettering coming through there, but nothing too terrible. I like them. They're subtle. They're not in your face. They're yeah, I like them. They will do the job nicely. So with this paint, you can either just leave it for 72 hours and it should be hand washable, or bake it after 24 hours and then it's dishwasher safe. So I'll make up my mind at some point as to which way I'm going with that. Let's have a look how these pendants came out. Oh, the underside's pretty. I'm going to tilt this. Oh no, I'll leave it like that. It's always hard to take photos of these cabochons. Come on. Hello. Really? As I say, it's not easy. Pop and pod that. There we go. That's better. Subtle, but nice. I like that one. Give this one a bit of a polish up. It's still got some when it's on glass, it does scratch off for the first couple of days, but once it gets to that 72-hour period, it's become a bit harder to get off. I actually was cleaning some off the other day. One I'd baked and one I hadn't, and the one I hadn't baked, it came off eventually. The one I had baked, I gave up on. I threw the cabochon away. So if you're going to bake them, be sure you want to keep them. Oh, this is reflection hell. That way. It's probably the easier. It's not clear. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when I've got to have the artificial lights on. Subtle, but pretty. It just seems to go blue in the picture. Oh, that's not cool. It's really hard to see, but it's super pretty. I think it is anyway. Again, get the blue tack smudges off. Can I? No, because then you've got no light. It sparkles. It's got prettiness. What can I hold above to block out the light? Huh? You can even see my hair sticking out from getting out of bed. Look at that. Can you see that? Things I do for you guys. Anyway, so the target of this one was to make the Tiki lamps, and I am super pleased with those. Let me zoom that back out. They have come out really well. So stay tuned on my Instagram, Mickey Art, for photos of them burning once they are complete. And how's it get any better than that? What else is possible? What else can we put paint on, guys? And how much more fun can we have in our days and in our lives? I adore you all, and I will see you super soon.